Hi, hello. My name is Rini. I'm one of the students from University Malaysia Sabah. So before we start, would you introduce yourself first?
Okay, thank you for choosing me as a respondent. So my name is Kasliani Jalius, and I am a student of UITM.
Hi, nice to meet you. So can we start?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So I will go straight to the question about our traditional cuisine of Kadazan Dusun Murut. So the first question is, how can we preserve the promote our tradition, especially our traditional cuisine?
Okay, the questions is preserve and promote our tradition is first one is the preserve is actually parents can teach their children through the, for example, like the hinava is one of the food of Kadazan Dusun. So how they can preserve of the food, or we call it traditional cuisine, is they can teach how to and where how to prepare the hinava or our traditional food. And also uh, one of the way also they can preserve the especially our traditional cuisine, they can organizing the traditional cooking competiting, giving the communities an opportunity to show their talents or their skills in order to preserve the our traditional cuisines. So that is the first one, and the second one is how we promote our traditional cuisine is actually there's a lot of way how we can promote our traditional food. Recently, so we have a it can conduct by the online advertising. For example, like we promote in a media social, and also through the celebrations of Kaamatan. So recently we already celebrate of the Kaamatan. So through the celebrations of the Kaamatan, so it can giving us the opportunity to promote our traditional cuisines. For example, like during the Kaamatan, actually there is conduct by face to face, and also it is conduct by the live also. Actually, the Kaamatan celebrations is conduct live through the YouTube and Facebook Live, which is the viewers of the Kaamatan celebrations reach until 70,000. So not only the Sabahan people view the Kaamatan celebrations, but also there's a lot of people outside like US, Africa to views our Kaamatan celebration. So now we can see that it can promote our traditional food, because during the Kaamatan, the MC also they are mentioned our traditional food, that so that is can promote our uh, re- traditional food or traditional cuisines. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we go to second question. Who do you think is responsible to promoting this cuisine?
Okay. Actually, there is a few community who have the responsibilities for promoting these cuisines. All the community have their own responsibilities. So actually, there's three levels. There are three levels to promote these cuisines. For example, like district level. The second one is what we call the second one is state level, and the third one is international level. The district level actually we can, which is in small area. For example, like for example, like in Sabah, we have a few area like Kudat area, Tolupid area, Tongod area. So through the competition, for example, like they have to, like they want to organize of the competitions of cooking traditional food, they can organize one of the event or like something like competition, so they can they can organize even something like that so that they can promote the what we call traditional food, or in other words we call it cuisines. So in also other than that, we also can what we call, I forget the name, of the Ministry of Tourism also. These organizations also, they can promote of the local food. And also in terms of tourism industry, nowadays we already know that the tourism industry is already open boarding, and we start to receive the tourists from another country. So some of the tourists, maybe they visit our country because they want to see our culture. So what we can do is, the local residents, is we try to serve them with the food traditional, something like that, so that we can promote our traditional food or the cuisine. That's all.
Okay. A very clear answer from you. Thank you. Then the third question is, when can this cuisine be served?
Okay, how we can serve? So actually, there is anytime we can serve the cuisines. We can yes, the cuisine. For example, like the Keamatan celebrations. I take an example again. Keamatan celebration, we can serve the cuisine or the traditional food during the Keamatan celebration. And also what we can also serve during the family day, and also any reunion, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think we can serve the Christian food during the ceremony, wedding ceremony also. So we
Yes.
go to question number four. What we can learn about our culture and one another through the food we eat.
Okay, the third page, what we can learn, in my opinion, so what we can learn about our culture and one another through the foods we eat. Actually, the first point is the uniqueness of the traditional food of each race. Of course, different what of the different race, different traditional food. For example, like what like Kadazan Dusun, we eat like boso, like hinava, and also in Chinese actually they are no, I sorry, the Korean, they eat a kimchi, of course, and the Indian also. We ever heard about what we call nasi biryani. So when we say about the name of the food, actually we can show that we already know the culture of the food. For example, like kimchi, and we know that it is from Korean. We say about boso in Hinava, it is from Sabahan, which is dusun ethnic. So what we can learn from the culture, the food that we eat is about the uniqueness from the each race. That's all.
Okay. So now the next question is, what can traditional cuisine tell about KDM culture?
So what I understand about the traditional cuisines tell about the Kidem culture is, actually a Kidem culture is something like show our unique product. So there are many types of product. An example, traditional cuisines or traditional food also is one of the product called as unique product, which is also can show our culture. Like I said just now, it's the hinava or boso is a traditional food. It is one of the types of product that can show our uniqueness as a local community.
Okay, a very clear answer from you. Thank you. Then The question number 6 is, how do these cuisine reflect the identity of KDM ethnic?
Um, but as we know, this cuisine is connect with the ethnic group. Like in Sabahan, we have a Bajau ethnic, Dusun ethnic, and so forth. So by just knowing the type of the food, we can tell where the ethnic food is come from. Like I said just now, the boso from Dusun ethnic, and the kimchi is from Korean, just something like that.
Okay, so question number 7, how can this cuisine empower the local community?
Okay, next question is, come again the question, the cuisines empower the local community.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my opinion, so when we talk about the cuisine, or another word, traditional food, so it always shows our identity. So the first point is it can maintaining the identity of the local community, because it is how the cuisine empower the local community. Because if we want to visit is the particular place, like we want to visit, for example, I give you an example, if we want to go visit in other place, for example, like Indonesia, like in Indian. So when we go to the place, and they serve us like something like, so uh, give us to serve us with the food, for example, like they give serve them with nasi biryani, for example. So it showed that the culture of it showed that the nasi biryani usually is they they have their own uniqueness. Means nasi biryani show that it is Indian culture, or it is Indian uniqueness from their country. That's all.
Okay, so a very good answer from you. So now we go to question number 8. From the economic aspect, how can it give opportunity to the local community?
The local resident or the local community, they can, in terms of economic, they can generate or increase income actually. So for example, if they have skill or talent to cooking the traditional food, they can run their business by selling the authentic food. For example, like most of, I think most of not all people, but most of the people of Dusun ethnic, they can make, or they can preparing of the poso, depends of the traditional food. So if they have the talents or the skills to preparing of the poso, of course they can running their business by just selling of the poso. So that is can generate income of the local resident. So we can see that it will give them opportunity, the local community, to increase or generate of their income. That's all.
Okay, so we go to question number 9. How can this ethnic food bring people together?
Okay. So when we talk about the authentic food, it also with connected with the unite or something like the cooperation. So as we can see in Malaysia, there is a lot of ethnic and also very valuable or diversity asset in terms of food diversity. Like in Sabahan, we have our own traditional food like Posaw Hinaba. I give in the same example. So like in Indian also, I also give an example again, nasi biryani, and also the Indian. We ever heard about the nasi biryani, and the Chinese maybe ever heard the what we call wonton mee. It's one of the traditional food of the Chinese. How the food bring people together. So, for example, I give an example of the situation which is during the Hari Raya. So during the Hari Raya, they will conduct an activity, for example, like open house. Open house, and then they will invite a lot of people with the different ethnic, for example, like Chinese, like Indian, and Dusun. So when they're invited of the different ethnic or different race, it can will bring the people with a different race together.
Yeah, I agree with your opinion. So the last question is, in your opinion, what are the challenge to make this wonderful dishes?
Uh,
Dishes.
okay. So what the challenges to make this
Yeah.
wonderful dish? Actually, the challenges to make this wonderful
Mm.
dishes, actually it's hard to find the ingredients. So for me, in my opinion, there's very hard to find the ingredients. For example, I take it also example like hinava. So it's hard to preparing ingredients to preparing hinava. One of the ingredients used to prepare hinava is what some people call batang kantan, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure if this ingredients is still much, because this kind of ingredients has to be found in the forest. Maybe it's in the what we call pasar malam in Malaysia. We call or anything we can get there, but to get the fresh one, maybe we can need to find in the forest. So the second one is the quantity of ingredient that we put into the recipe. Maybe the quantity, for example, like the boso, how many or the quantity we should put, like the salt we put in the traditional food, or we call the boso. Maybe if we fail to put the ingredients in the boso, we will fail to preparing the boso, something like that. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. For me, a very important to our people Sabahan to know about our culture, about our diseases, especially for a new generation. Kan?
Yes.
So that's all for today. Thank you for your spending time and be my respondent today.
Thank you also for inviting me, and see you for the next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.